Today, what we're gonna do is we're really gonna dig into our inner mean girl and figure out when she actually surfaced for us. When was that moment that you needed the protection? When did she really come into being? Because here's the thing, your inner mean girl came at a time when you felt fear and she felt that you needed to be protected. And what we have to remember is that's what her job is. She is the age of what you were when you needed that protection for the first time. That's when she came into being. So she has the thought process of a little girl, of someone that is going to do anything repeatedly to keep you safe and protected. And now that you're an adult and you have all these experiences, and most importantly, you have this inner wisdom that you know about, that you can tap into, we don't need our inner mean girl to protect us like she has for all these years. In fact, she's doing more harm than she is doing good. That's not what she means. That's never her intention, but that's what's happening. So today I want to take you through a fairly short meditation, and hopefully you can do a little bit of journaling after. It may be emotional for some of you, and some of you might have to do it a few times to really get deep enough to see when your inner mean girl actually came to life. But it's such a great exercise because you can observe it. You can look at it. You don't have to go back to that day of the feeling of the fear and then when you needed protection, but you can observe it and you can see why she did the things she did then, which you needed, and why she's still being triggered when she sees that you're feeling fear. So let's just take a couple deep breaths. Big breath in and let it all out. And we'll just continue doing that a couple times. And I really just want you to slow down your thinking, slow down those whirling, twirling thoughts that are happening. I want you to know that you're safe, that this is okay to take this time for yourself to really think about the thoughts that are holding you back and the thoughts that you could be bringing to life with your inner wisdom and your loving truth, your heart voice. That's who I want to introduce you to today. But first, I want you to imagine you are in your most favorite place in the world, the place where you feel the most peace. For me, it's still my hammock in Bayfield where Terry and I had our first cottage. It was red with a teak stand underneath this beautiful blooming willow tree. And it was shady and it would be so hot and humid there, but that space was so cool. And the breeze, I would drift off into sleep and I was always just so relaxed. Wherever the place is for you, I want you to go there. A beach, a path, a forest, maybe your own meditation space, wherever you feel safe, you feel calm, you feel quiet. I just want you to go there. And I want you to just keep your eyes closed and stop the whirling. Just slow down. This is a time that we're going to be gentle with ourselves. Things might come up that you need to give yourself some grace. And remember, things that happen and now they're gone. Now you know more and you'll make different decisions because you're being introduced to your inner wisdom. I want you to think of two figures or people sitting beside you. One is on your left and one is on your right. The one on your left is this inner mean girl. And I want you to think of her as a young girl. And I know you've already maybe named her, or you know that she's the comparison queen. You know what sort of triggers she's always looking for. I want you to imagine her and just look at her and give her a smile. And then on your other side, I want you to imagine someone else. Whether it's a beautiful figure, a beautiful woman, an older woman, more mature woman, whatever feels really good and safe to you. And that's your inner wisdom. That's your loving truth. That's the voice that always knows. It doesn't mean that it's always going to give you the answer you want, but it's going to give you the answer you need, full of compassion and love. So I want you to know that she's here right now with us too. And now I just want you to close your eyes and take a couple more deep breaths in and out. And I want you to travel back in time to a memory that you can think of. Maybe it's the first memory that pops into your mind where you were feeling fear or shame, disappointment, or you were really scared. I want you to think of that memory, and I want you to imagine this inner mean girl that's sitting right beside you. That was when she was created. She needed to protect you. She was there to protect you. She came to being to try and protect you from that shame and disappointment and the feeling of fear that you were having. And then I want you to think of a time when you just could not control the outcome. You wanted something to happen. Maybe it was a goal you wanted to reach, a place you wanted to travel to, a relationship you wanted to have work out or leave, and you just had no control of this situation. I want you to think of the things that were possibly rolling around in your head at that time. And you know that they were things that you maybe shouldn't have done, shouldn't have said, shouldn't have stayed, should have went faster, should have made a different decision. Those things were all happening because your inner mean girl was trying to protect you. She was trying to keep you safe because she felt the same feelings as that first time when she was trying to keep you from the fear that you were feeling. She was triggered by that very same emotion. Even though maybe it didn't have the same heightened fear, she still felt it and wanted to protect you. She was only saying those things to keep you safe. Maybe think of another time when you know you didn't follow your gut intuition. You knew you should have made one decision and you made a different one instead. That was her again. However, your inner wisdom comes into play now. Your inner wisdom was there trying to guide you, but your inner mean girl was just a little bit louder. She had those words, those triggering words that we've heard about, and she was saying them to you over and over again. And that's why you made that decision instead of that gentle, compassionate, loving nudge your inner wisdom was giving you. Now, I want you to think back over those 3 situations, and I want you to observe them, almost like you're an investigator. I don't want you to get emotional about them. I don't want you to beat yourself up about them. I don't want you to go back into something that was really, really hard. I just want you to observe them. And I want you to see that both of those people, girls, whatever you imagine this as, your inner mean girl and your inner wisdom were there. You just didn't know how to tap into that inner voice, that loving truth, your inner wisdom, because your inner mean girl was so loud. And those are the words that you have become so used to hearing. Even though they're holding you back and you know they're holding you back, those are the ones you've followed for so many years. But I want you to observe them and know that she's just doing that to protect you. But you don't need that anymore. And you know what? She's ready. She's ready to let you fly. She's always going to be there. If you get into a situation, don't worry. She is always going to be there to protect you. But the voice inside of you, your inner wisdom, will always give you what you need. She is always going to lovingly, with the deepest compassion, give you the answers you need. What we need to do, though, is ignite our awareness and realize that what you are doing right now, being still, listening, going deeper inside of yourself, instead of looking around and polling friends and scouring the internet, when you actually look inside of yourself, all the answers are there. All the answers you need to take the next step in your life. All the answers and creative ideas that you're looking for your business, for your marriage, for your health. They are all right there. Your inner mean girl is so used to filling you up so you don't do anything uncomfortable. And she even thinks that these things that are going to move you forward are going to hurt you because she doesn't know any different. She doesn't have the maturity to know any different. So I want you to look at her, imagine her, and tell her thank you. Thank you for protecting me with such fierceness for all of these years. But I'm okay. And I know you're going to be here if I truly, truly need you. But right now, I know there are things that I want to do. There are goals that I want to reach. There is a way that I want to feel in my body and in my life and levels of success that I want to achieve. And that is going to take me always tuning and tapping in to my inner wisdom, to my inner voice. I'm going to have to get really quiet and listen for that voice now. Take another deep breath in and out. And I hope this showed you that being still and quiet and really tuning into your own thoughts, asking for guidance, asking for wisdom, asking for ideas, you will always get them. But you must be quiet and still enough for the answers to come. You have to slow down and be gentle and compassionate with yourself. Be still for long enough for all of that amazing wisdom to come to you. Your inner mean girl loves you, and I hope you can see that now. You are recognizing the words she uses and when she shows up, and awareness is key in this process because now you know when she's going to appear and you can be so prepared for her. I hope you enjoyed this. Take some deep breaths in and out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and I hope you have time to grab your journal and really write about this experience. This is your meditation to have forever. You can click on this link, save the link. You can use it whenever you need it to really tap in so you can be still and listen to your inner wisdom.